Good noon, children. Today I'm here with your new English new voices. We will do the same chapter, that is chapter number 4, 1 less than a hundred. Okay? 1 less than a hundred. Okay? It means if it will be 99, then it is the statement is 1 less than a hundred. 100 means 99 and 1 less than means reducing 1 from 100. Okay, so yes. Okay, did you know there was a famous personality who lived in Turkey during the Middle Ages? He was a philosopher and a wise man, and was remembered for his funny stories and anecdotes. Anecdotes. Okay. His name was Nasruddin Hodja. His name was Nasruddin Hodja. So, we have discussed this because we are going to read the stories related to Nasruddin Hodja. He wrote many funny stories. He was a philosopher and a wise man. Okay. Who is he? Yes, he is Nasruddin Hodja. Okay. We have discussed prior also same chapter. So let's take again a quick revision for the summary. See what is there in the picture. Okay. What is there in the lesson? Let's take a quick revise. Yes, the story is amusing yet a thought provoking one. It, it is about an honest man named Nasruddin Hodja who prays to God every day, okay, for 100 gold coins. While asking for the same, he tells God that he wants exactly 100 gold coins, and even one less than 100 will not be enough. Hence, he will not accept it. One day, Nasruddin's neighbor, Nazim, who is a rich merchant, tries to put his honesty to test by throwing a bag full of 99 coins in his courtyard. Nasruddin counts the coin and keeps them. When Nazim claims the bag of coins as his, Nasruddin refuses to return it to him. So the merchant threatens to take him to the court. But before going to the court, Nasruddin tricks him into borrowing his clothes and his donkey in the courtyard. He tricks the judge into believing him. Hence, the judgment goes against the merchant, who is pushed out of the courtyard by the guards. But Nasruddin, being honest on getting back home, returns the bag full of coins to the merchant, warning him not to ever tempt an honest man to break his promise. This was the summary for this poem, for this lesson. We have discussed these new words. Number 1 is routine. Number 2 is blessings. Number 3 is courtyard. Number 4 is pleasantly. Number 5 learn. Number 6 sturdy. Number 7 stabily. Number 8 crooked. Number 9 rogue. Number 10 accuse. Number 11 crooked. Number 12 surprised. Number 13 terrace. Number 14 examined. Number 15 is complaint. Let's take a quick revise for word meanings. Learn means educated. Sturdy strong. Shabbily, in bad condition. Crooked, dishonest. Rogue, a person who cheats. Accuse, blame for wrongdoing. Okay, I repeat once again, you repeat after me. Learn, educated. Study, strong. Shabbily, in a bad condition. Crooked, dishonest. Rogue, a person who cheats. Accuse, blame for wrongdoing. Let's do the frame the sentences. Number 1 is learned. We learned something, yes. The village priest was a learned man, that is educated man, pada likha. Okay. Sturdy. That table is very sturdy. What do you mean by sturdy? Sturdy means strong. Anything that is strong. Number 3 is shabbily. Peter was shabbily dressed. Benevolent one. Always pray to the benevolent one. Crooked. The money lender was a crooked man. Dishonest man, it means. Okay. Number 6 is beside himself. Rayan was beside himself with anger when he realized that the thief had robbed his watch. Number 7 is rage. She walked out of the room in a fit of rage. Okay, children. So, as you all know that already I have read the chapter for you. But today again I am reading for you and I will explain you the chapter once again. Okay. So, now open your chapter number 4 of your English New Voices. Okay. Open fast. Yes, now open page number that is 31. Okay, are you ready? Yes, are you all ready or not? Yes, tell me. Okay, let's start once again. Nasruddin Hodja woke up early in the morning and quickly got ready for his prayers. Allah, please give me 100 gold coins. 99 will not be enough. 100 gold coins is what I want. If you give me 99 gold coins, I will not accept it, said the Hodja. In fact, this was his daily routine. Every single day, the Hodja knelt in his courtyard and prayed hard for God's blessings in the form of gold coins. See what is given here, that every day Hodja used to pray early in the morning and he used to convince God, he used to pray that God, please give me 100 gold coins. 99 will not be acceptable. This was his daily routine. Okay. Yes, every single day he used to do this. Okay. The Hodja's neighbor, a rich merchant called Nazim, had been watching and hearing him day after day. So one day he thought he would try to see if the Hodja really meant what he said. So the next day Nazim put 99 gold coins into his bag and waited quietly behind the chimney on his terrace. The moment the Hodja came into his courtyard for his prayer, he threw the bag of coins down into the courtyard. Taken aback, the Hodja carefully picked up the bag. See who was the neighbor of the Hodja? The neighbor for the Hodja was a rich merchant called Nazim. Nazim was the neighbor of Hodja. He had been watching and hearing the Hodja daily. Okay, he thought that I should check whether Hodja will accept the gold coins bag of 99 gold coins or not. Okay, he was to do so. Okay, so every day Hodja used to come to his courtyard. Now, the moment Hodja come into the courtyard for his prayer, what did the Nazim do? Nazim throw the bag of 99 gold coins in his Hodja's courtyard. Okay. Hodja carefully pick up the bag. Now, what did the Hodja do? See, in the picture, he is pick upping the bags and he is very happy. He was pleasantly surprised when he opened the bag and saw the gold coins. Naturally, he started counting and found only 99 coins. So he sat down with a deep sigh. He knew that God would not listen to him in total silence. Now what happened? He was very happy. He was very surprised and he opened the bag and what did he found there? He found the bag full of gold coins. So he sat down and start counting. Okay. Then what happened? He took a deep sigh. Oh, he's saying that God will not listen to him totally in silence. Now turn the page. Okay, now he has counted the gold coins and so he said loudly, "O merciful Allah, you have answered my prayer partially. Maybe you just forgot that the coin should have been in 100 in number. However, it does not matter at all. You can give me the last coin tomorrow." Now see what Hodja is saying, that Allah, that you will not, what you will not understand. You will not understand my prayer fully. You are understanding the prayer partially and you have forgotten that I want 100 gold coins. But it doesn't matter, you can give me one gold coin tomorrow, because he was praying for 100 gold coins and he has got only 99 gold coins. Okay, now see. Now the Hodja put the 99 coins back into the bag and went inside. Nazim was now at a loss. The Hodja, it seemed to him, was determined to keep the 99 gold coins. This made him nervous. After thinking over it all morning, Nazim went quietly to the Hodja and said, "Good sir, many greetings. Please give me back my bag of gold coins. I threw it down only to see how you react. It was just a joke. I am very sorry." Now what happened? Now Hodja put the gold coins back and went inside. 99 gold coins he has counted. Now he is putting the in the bag and he is taking the bag inside. Okay, now what happened? Now Nazim was in loss. What happened? Nazim was thinking about his gold coins. He was sad for his gold coins. He was determined that maybe I may not lose my gold coins. Now what happened? The Hodja, it seemed to him, was determined to keep 99 gold coins, because the Hodja has collected 99 gold coins and he was keeping them inside. Now what happened? He was very nervous about his gold coins. Now Nazim, what the next morning, after thinking full night, the Nazim went to Hodja and said, good sir, many greetings. Please give my bag of gold coins. Please return my bag which I have thrown in your courtyard, because I was just joking it down only to see how you react, because I have thrown this bag in your courtyard. I want to see how you react. No, what is given here? It was just a joke. I am very sorry. What are you talking about? Are you joking? You will never given any money to me, was the Hodja's answer. This was Hodja was saying that, what are you talking about? Are you joking? I don't know that you have not given me such gold coins. Come, learn, sir. Though I may not be as learned as you are, I am not a complete idiot. Hearing your plea to God for 100 gold coins, I threw down that bag of coins at your feet. They are mine, and no man can take them away from me. Now what happened? The Nazim is saying, come, learn. wise, because he is very educated, Hodja, and very clever. So what he is saying, Nazim is saying, I may not be learned as you are, I may not be educated and talented like you are, but I am not a complete idiot. But I am not an idiot. Hearing your plea to God that about 100 gold coins, I threw that bag in your courtyard, in your feet. They are mine. Please return it to me. Please give me back. Okay, Nazim is saying to Hodja. He shrugged his shoulders and said, I can't understand. Nazim, how can you be so sure that you gave them to me? Now Hodja is saying that Nazim, he is putting hands in his shoulders and said, I can't understand, Nazim. How can you be so sure that you have given me that gold coins? Okay, now what happened? The merchant kept repeating that it was he who had thrown the bag of coins, but the Hodja did not listen to him. He said the money was his and had come to him as an answer to his prayers. Now what did the Hodja do? The merchant keep on repeating. Rich merchant is who? That is Nazim. He keep on repeating that, please return my bag of gold coins. Please return my bag of gold coins that I have thrown in your courtyard. But Hodja did not listen to him. Okay. He said, the Hodja is saying that the money is mine because God has listened to my prayer. Nazim was almost in tears. He said, I shall take you to court for robbing me of my money. Now Nazim is saying, Nazim was in tears. Tears was in Nazim's eyes, and he's saying that I will take you to the court. Okay. And he did not listen. Now what is going on? I will take you to the court for robbing of my money. Stroking. Now what is Hodja is doing? Hodja is stroking his beard in a thoughtful manner. He's touching his beard and thinking. Now turn the page. The Hodja said, I am most willing to go to the court with you, that I am interested with you and I will go to the court with you. The merchant wanted to go at once, but the Hodja said, I am not as young you I once was and cannot walk all that way. Eager to get his hands on his money as soon as possible, Nazim went into his house and brought a sturdy donkey. Here you can ride this donkey. I will find myself another one. But let's leave at once, he said. Now the Hodja is now what Hodja is saying, that I can't ride, I cannot walk, I am so old. Please arrange anything for me. That what did I am not young as I cannot walk. Hodja is saying. Okay, then what happened? That Nazim went to his house and brought what? He brought a donkey for him. Okay, but and he is saying that I can walk myself. A little satisfied but not completely, the Hodja found another excuse. Now he was giving excuse recently that I but the Nazim was covering his excuses. He was completing his excuses, whatever he was saying. Okay. How can I appear before the judge so shabbily dressed? It would be very disrespectful. Now he's giving the second excuse, that how can I be dress myself in such a shabbily dress, and it is not presentable in the appearance before the judge. Okay, how can I present myself? He's saying, how can I present myself before judge in this shabby dress? Shabby means gandhi, that is in bad condition. Nazim was set on taking the Hodja to court, and so he went back home and bought a new silken dress and a fur coat for the Hodja to wear. The Hodja examined the clothes and was satisfied with them. Now what Nazim was thinking, that he will keep on giving excuses. He directly went to his house and brought one new silken dress for Hodja. At the court, the judge asked them what was the matter. Nazim told him the story. The Hodja stroking his beard all the time. After the merchant has finished, the Hodja cleared. Now see, can you tell me from the picture who is Hodja? Yes, who is Hodja? He is stroking his beard. He is Hodja. He is touching his beard like this. Okay. Now what happened? They went to the court and the judge is asking, and Nazim told him the complete story. The Hodja stood stroking his beard all the time, and the Hodja was touching his beard all the time. Now turn the page. He thought once and spoke to the judge. Your Excellency, Nazim is my neighbor. I have seen him standing on his terrace and watching me pray. He may have seen me counting the gold coins that God gave me today right now. He is trying to be smart. He wants to grab the money the beloved one has given me. Now the Nazim has already told the story to court. Now judge, now Hodja is saying that I daily keep on praying to the God. Maybe this Nazim has seen me and he want to grab the money that is given by the benevolent one, that is given by the God. Nazim replied, believe me, my lord, the coins are mine. I will never tell a lie. Hearing him pray for 100 gold coins and only 100 gold coins. Daily I threw 99, so I threw 99 gold coins down into the courtyard to see what he would do if he got one less than what he had prayed for. Now Nazim is saying to judge that please believe in me that the bag is thrown by me, and I want to check the honesty of this Hodja, that because he daily used to pray for only 100 gold coins. My lord, not only is Nazim smart, but he is also crooked. Crooked means dishonest. Now that Hodja is saying Nazim is dishonest. He often does things like this. Next he will probably say that the clothes I am wearing are also his, but they are mine, cried the merchant, raising his voice. I gave them to him to wear the coat today. The fur coat and the silk dress, they are all mine. Now the Hodja is saying that my lord, that he will again now say the dress I am wearing, the donkey I am having, all are of his. But because it is given that he will say that the clothes I am wearing, he will say that are of mine. But now what happened, as soon as the Hodja say like this, Najim voice came raised and he started crying, okay, very loudly. You see, my lord, broke in the Hodja, shrugging his shoulders. Next he will say that the donkey I am riding is also his. Everyone knows that I have my own donkey, said the Hodja. Now Hodja is saying that my lord now broke that next he will say that the donkey I am having, it is also his. Now he will say like that everyone know that the donkey is mine. Now the Hodja is saying that everybody know that the donkey I am having is mine, not of him. He didn't have one, shouted the merchant, now beside himself with rage. The judge could take it no more. Now what happened? He didn't have one, shouted the merchant. Now the merchant is shouting he didn't have anything, beside himself with rage. The judge could take it no more. Now the judge was very frightened because the Nazim was in very anger. I have never seen such a rogue in all my years in this court. How dare you accuse an honest and respectful man? Your greedy nature will lead you to disaster. Complaint dismissed. Take him away, he declared. Now the judge declared that take him away. I have never seen such a dishonest man in such a years in my court. Now he's saying to take this, and how can you say that the Hodja is an unhonest and unrespectable? He is a very honest and respectful man, the judge is saying. Complaint dismissed. Take him out. Now what happened? The judge is saying take him out of the court. The guards at the court at once pushed the merchant out. They threw the merchant out. The Hodja went home in his fine silken clothes, happily riding on the donkey. See, as you can see here, he's very happy. He's riding on the donkey, as you can see, wearing very nice coat and he is silicon dress. See how happily he is going and sitting in the donkey and dancing. What is saying? He found the miserable merchant sitting on his doorstep. The Hodja said, not unkindly, now take back your donkey and the dress and the gold coins. Neighbor, but remember the lesson you have learned today. What was the lesson that you have learned today? See, don't any time attempt an honest man to break his word. See what happened. The Hodja went home with his fine clothes and happily riding, as you can see here, happily riding on his donkey. And he said to merchant in his doorstep. He was sitting in his doorstep. Hodja said, not very unkindly, now take your donkey, take your silicon dress, and take your 99 gold coins, neighbor. But remember the lesson today, that don't at any time tempt an honest man to break his word. That don't check any honest man to lose his words, because an honest man will always remain honest. So never test any honest man. So that's why the lesson that today is given, that don't any time tempt an honest man to break his words. If an honest man has given any word, then he will definitely follow it. Don't test his that. Okay, so this was the lesson which the Nazim got from Hodja. Okay, Hodja returned his gold coins, his donkey, his dress, everything whatever he was having, and Hodja was very happy and very wise man. Okay, let's do some questions. What Hodja do every morning? Hodja used to pray to God for only 100 gold coins. Who threw the bag of gold coins? Yes, Nazim, his neighbor, threw the bag of gold coins. Name the rich merchant. Who was the rich merchant? Yes, Nazim was the rich merchant. What did Nazim bring for Hodja to take him to the court? What did Nazim bring for Hodja to take him to the court? Yes, he bring a silicon dress for Hodja and a donkey. Did the Hodja act as the neighbor expected? Did the Hodja act as the neighbor expected? No, he was very honest. Hodja was very honest. He did not act as the neighbor expected. How many gold coins Hodja wants from God? He wants only and only 100 gold coins. Okay, you will write 100 spelling. HUNDRED, 100 gold coins. Okay, I hope if you will read the story 2-3 times, you will be able to understand, because it is, the lesson is very easy and very simple. If you will learn them, if you will read the story, you will get to know what is given in the story. If you are not getting through it, you can see this class again and again. Okay, now we will meet in our next class. I hope you all have understood the story, the new words, everything which I have taught you in our previous class and now also. Okay, Sai Ram, and take care.